There's nothing worse than catching a woman in bed with your boyfriend. Get yourself a real man today. Ride a Harley.
What's going on, everyone? Jerry here from The Quartering, and the entire industry is now taking a look at what's happening to Harley-Davidson. Viral social media posts of Harley-Davidson owners debadging their motorcycles out of shame and to send a message to the company. It's gotten so bad that other companies are now preemptively dropping their DE&I policies, their woke policies, because they do not want the consumers to turn against them. What this means is that you are winning. Every time you watch a video on it and you share it and you leave a like on it, our voices are being heard and companies are being forced to change. I will say again, Bud Light sales literally never recovered. Tractor Supply, after an online backlash of their own woke policies, abandoned every aspect of DEI and apologized to customers. Harley-Davidson, I predict, is just moments or hours away from doing the same after a recent competitor just humiliated them worse by preemptively striking to take advantage of a huge amount of incoming former Harley-Davidson owners. Let's check out this story. Last day, by the way, I don't know why companies choose to get woke. I don't know why companies continue to make their customers have to listen to their politics. That's exactly why I started coffeebrandcoffee.com. It's literally in the name. I didn't want any political thing. Yes, I could have did anti-woke coffee or leftist tier coffees. I don't want that. So instead, we run an ultra small batch, roasted fresh on demand operation that has some of the best coffee out there available in both whole bean and ground. This stuff is not your prototypical YouTuber drop ship coffee. This is the real deal. We roast it. Every one of these is a unique blend to us. I personally dial in every single flavor. We've got 4 summer flavors. We've got our popular blueberry cobbler, strawberries and cream. We've got our unflavored decaf, double calf. We've got K-Cups. Entire site, 15% off. Promo code SWITCH, especially if you're boycotting Dunkin' Donuts. Last day for that sale. 15% off site-wide. Promo code SWITCH. Link in the description. Harley-Davidson owners at Sturgis Rally are outraged after CEO Jochen Zeitz implements new slew of woke company-wide changes. As brands go, few shout American tradition more than the iconic motorcycle manufacturer Harley-Davidson. But instead of enjoying an open highway, furious owners are at the world's biggest biker rally have told the Daily Mail that they believe the historic company is headed for the end of the road thanks to its woke boss. Their full throttle condemnations of their German-born CEO include demands that he quit immediately, with one writer saying they need to figure out a way to get rid of his rear end. And a 20-year Harley devotee who has had 8 bikes from the Milwaukee-based company, told us in a message to an executive, "Don't F with my bikes." Harley-Davidson makes up an estimated 90% of motorcycles cruising in small city of Sturgis, South Dakota, and in adjacent Black Hills for the 10-day, 500,000-strong rally that wraps this Sunday. Such is the surface devotion of bikers to the brand. Individuality is stamped on nearly every machine, from simple accessories to trick paint jobs, full-blown Easy Rider style conversions. The center of Sturgis is a pulsating, thumping, roaring mass of thousands of them. The very dominance in American culture only emphasizes the crisis that is now facing the world-renowned company, established in 1903 and worth an estimated $6 billion. First, it faced backlash by conservatives angry at his diversity, equity, and inclusion efforts that allegedly include sidelining white people in business and supporting pride events involving kids. Now, as Daily Mail has discovered, it's facing unprecedented full-blown rebellion by its army of devotees whose families have bought Harleys through generations. The crowd at Sturgis spend big on their machines. Many of them have more than one. Ernest Chapman spent 2 days riding to the historic rally from his home in San Antonio, Texas, on his 2014 Harley-Davidson Ultra Limited. He's owned Harleys for 30 years, and this is his 5th. Harley needs to stick with building bikes and leave wokeness alone, he told Daily Mail, amid the roar of engines, competing sound systems from passing bikes. I'm sure there's people that live all kinds of alternative lifestyles, But as Harley owners, we keep that to ourselves. We don't advertise it. Well, that's exactly the spirit of, for example, Coffee Brand Coffee. That's the spirit, that's the spirit of every consumer. They don't want to be preached at. They don't want brands telling them what to do. Now, in a biting reference to the 2023 Bud Light disaster with its ad featuring Dylan Mulvaney, he added, "We don't appreciate our motorcycle dealer hopping on the Budweiser bandwagon. Chapman, 53, has torn over his loyalty for future purchases, but the Harley name is now mud with him. He traditionally pays extra to buy a model without any brand markings because Harley doesn't pay me to advertise. If I got another, I'd be even more proud to rip the symbol right off of it. I'm not for boycotts or protests. I think people need to make up their own minds because there are plenty of people that will go around and buy another American motorcycle make, such as Indian, which is the second part of this video we're going to talk about. I've considered building my own machine. The only Harley parts I'd use are the tank and the seat. The frame and motor, no way." Now we can talk about, obviously, Harley-Davidson stock falling. If we look at Hog today, it slipped a little bit. It's recovered a little bit today. Now, Robbie Starbuck, who has led a lot of this, dropped some interesting information about Indian.
All right, y'all, I'm here to report to you another win in our war on wokeness. And before I begin, I just want to tell y'all, I was not paid for this. I did not do a sponsorship with this company, but I need to talk about Indian Motorcycle, which is the first motorcycle company in America. Indian Motorcycle had one reference to DEI on their website. This is what it looked like. And I'm happy to report to you that that has been removed. And not only has it been removed, but I was able to get comment from Indian Motorcycle where they told me that they are affirming that they will continue to make their bikes 100% here in the United States of America when they are for sale here in the United States of America. Unlike Harley-Davidson, who is choosing to go down a path where they are going to be making a bunch of bikes that they sell here in America in Thailand. Not only that, but at a time where Harley has bikers taking the shield off their bikes because they're so embarrassed by what the company has done in their adoption of woke policies, you've really got to ask yourself, how is Harley-Davidson going to continue to keep this woke stuff going on at the company when their main competitor, Indian, is choosing to just make great bikes? That's what a source has told me, is they just want to make great bikes for everybody in America, period. They're not getting into social issues, politics. That is it. That's all people want. They just want you to make great products, great customer service. And just being real, this bike looks cool. You know, at $12,999, that seems like a good deal to me for a motorcycle. But, you know,
I don't know much about how much bikes cost, but you can see here another win. Indian Motorcycle has removed the references to DE&I that they had on their site. Indian also confirmed that all bikes sold in the U.S. will continue to be made in the U.S., unlike Harley-Davidson. I reported yesterday that Harley-Davidson was moving a factory to Thailand. I think that is their second international place. An unnamed source tells me that Indian is focused on just making great motorcycles. We must celebrate companies when they proactively do the right thing. In my opinion, Indian removing DE&I from their site tells us that they just want to make great bikes for everyone. Now, I will add, removing it from your site doesn't necessarily say you've stopped it. I would also like to see a statement from Indian Motorcycle that they are simply out of it. They're not going to be, doing any DE&I, period. I think that would be also extremely powerful. But what it does tell you is that they're afraid. Companies are absolutely positively afraid about the customer backlash. They're afraid about the voice that you have. They're afraid of getting caught. You see, Indian was not, the last thing to note from my view, Indian was not woke like Harley is. It was not institutional. It seems just to be language injected into the site by someone who wanted it there without the company fully understanding all of what it entailed politically and socially. I mean, this is a huge move. And you see a lot of people who are posting pictures of them debadging their bike. Look at this. Harley-Davidson customer just sent me this. He's taken his tank badges off and he's mailing them back to the company with this message. Now, that's a statement. Others who remove their shield and badges should also do this. Could you imagine if they ended up with, I don't know, hundreds or even thousands of packages at their door full of Harley badges and saying like, yo, I'm out. The letter writes, go woke, go broke. Dear Harley, you can have these tank badges back. I don't want them anymore. I mean, and they're sending it to investor relations, which is right here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Again, I am predicting that there are many such cases. You can see this one. I can't afford to buy a new bike, but I'm pulling everything off of it that says Harley. I don't know how easy it is to, debadge a bike. I suspect it's probably not too difficult if you're handy. Also, Harley, now their social media now going on a blocking spree. As blocked by Harley enthusiasts, what corporate Harley is doing is disgusting. Having said that, Harley owners are Harley Davidson. The men and women that make the bikes are Harley Davidson. That's true. And you can see, you see Harley Davidson goes woke, email their CEO and tell him he's destroying one of the most venerated brands in America. Well, I would argue that perhaps talking to the board members would probably be more powerful, although many of them are also woke. I would say leaving it up to the customers to continue. You can see this. If you see a Harley without a shield, now you know why. Many Harley Davidson bikers have reached out to tell me that they're doing this and mailing their shields to corporate. With Indian Motorcycle being pro-American and having no DEI references, how long can Harley ignore this issue? You can see right here. Mr. Zeitz, why has Harley Davidson gone woke under your leadership? Why are you sending white male employees to white male only training sessions on diversity? Why are you funding LGBTQ events that include children? Why are you working to have fewer white suppliers, dealers, and employees? These policies are deeply disturbing. I agree. I 1,000%. So you can see you debadged it. Thank you for what you have done and what you're doing about Harley. I think that that's great. I think it's absolutely awesome to send that stuff back to them because it truly is kind of sticking it in their eyes. So keep it up out there. Stay tough, stay strong, keep the message going because I'm telling you, it works. We've seen it work. Right now, Harley Davidson is completely unable to post on social media, and that's because of all of you. Don't forget, today's the last day for promo code SWITCH, coffeebrandcoffee.com. Make sure you check it out. It supports my channel directly. And if it's absolutely the best, if it's not the best coffee you've ever had, I'm happy to refund your money in full. We'll talk to you again real soon.